Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are making a pretty fascinating shift. We're leaving the Ghats, that whole coastal region, and heading deep into the arid heart of India.
Right into the blazing heat of Jaipur.
The Pink City, exactly. And our mission today is to really analyze the source material around what's known as the Amber Fort Gambit. It's this high-stakes crisis centered on, of all things, weaponized ancient infrastructure.
Okay, let's unpack this because we're not just, summarizing a story here. We're really looking at the blueprint of a crisis. And the core conflict, this Amber Fort Gambit, it immediately establishes that history itself can become a weapon. The sources keep circling back to this thing called the Raksha.
And what exactly is the Raksha? It's more than just old tech, isn't it?
Oh, way more. It's the central piece of the whole narrative. It's how a blueprint for life, I mean, we're talking about irrigation, water control, gets twisted into a design for total destruction.
And Professor Weimal's findings, which are cited in the material, they give us the real analytical key here. The way it's weaponized is, well, it's brilliant.
It's not sci-fi.
No, not at all. It's a doomsday device, but it's disguised as an old public utility. The mechanism is a simple bypass valve, just a valve in the primary pressure chamber.
Seems so benign.
Exactly. But if you engage it, it exploits a weakness in the dams built later during the colonial era. It generates this specific low-frequency resonance.
A sonic boom, essentially.
A sonic boom that can collapse every single dam within a 50-kilometer radius.
What's so fascinating there, from a design perspective, is how it grounds this massive threat in something plausible. It's about exploiting old, aging infrastructure.
Which makes it feel more real.
It does. And Lunia's preparation, our protagonist, it shows a really modern understanding of conflict.
Here.
He gets the schematics, the 3 bells warnings, and puts them all onto a micro SD card.
And then clips it inside a cheap jacket.
Right. And that tells you everything. Evidence, public exposure. That was goal number 1 for him, even before a direct fight.
But isn't that just an incredible risk? I mean, you're putting your only leverage, this irreplaceable data, into the lining of a jacket.
Yeah.
And you're betting that a journalist can just escape a live fire feed. Why not a cloud upload or a secure dead drop?
Well, that's a great analytical point about the source material itself. It's choosing dramatic immediacy over, modern secure comms.
Ah, I see.
Author needed that evidence to physically change hands right there in the moment of danger. It just raises the stakes. It's not just spy games anymore. It's active crisis management in real time.
Okay, so that sets the stage perfectly for the first big move, the Stepwell Gambit. Lunia has to find this compromised engineer, Dr. Nambiar.
And he has to get that evidence to the public at the same time.
A two-pronged attack.
Exactly. And the way he finds Nambiar is so interesting. It's not some high-tech surveillance. It's an encrypted classified ad in a Jaipur newspaper.
A method he taught Nambiar years before.
Yes. So it suggests Nambiar was trying to reach out, maybe in a panic. But Lunia, he rightly suspects that the enemy, 3 bells, might already be listening in.
Turning the whole thing into a potential trap.
A huge potential trap. Which brings us to the location.
The Panamina Kakund. Incredible choice, narratively.
It's just brilliant, that ancient stepwell near Amber Fort. I mean, it's a literal labyrinth of stone and shadow, perfect for a chaotic confrontation.
And Lunia brings the journalist, Malini Sharma, luring her with this whole ancient tech story.
It all comes to a head so quickly. Nambi arrives, he's terrified, and right behind him is the 3 bells operative.
And Nambiar just blurts it out.
He does. They found me first. And that's it. The operative tries a distraction, Lunia's the real thief, but Lunia doesn't even engage.
Because he's focused on the evidence.
He executes goal C public exposure by just tossing that jacket with the SD card straight to Malini.
She has the proof. Now what?
Now he has to create cover for her escape.
Yeah.
His second shot isn't at the agent.
No, it's at that massive old wooden pulley system hanging over the well.
The sound design described in the sources here is just critical. The wood splitters, the rope and bucket go crashing down into the water with this huge splash. Total chaos. And that's the window Malini needs to get away, to take the evidence public. It's a calculated move. He sacrifices the peace of this ancient place for a strategic win.
Then he dives in, following Nambiar into some hidden passage.
Using the architecture's own weakness to create separation, it's a perfect tactical moment.
And this is where the sources get really interesting, architecturally speaking. Lunia follows Nambiar into this narrow, man-sized passage, and it's not modern, is it?
No, the authors are very clear. It's an ancient drainage outlet carved out centuries ago, connecting the Stepwell's water source to the dry heart of the mountain.
So it's a shift from action to something
It
else.
is. It's a shift to forensic investigation. The deeper Lunia goes, the more clues he finds linking Nambiar directly to these tunnels.
Okay, so more than just what boot prints.
Oh, yeah. He finds a broken strap from Nambiar's briefcase, which is a nice, realistic touch. But then he finds the key piece of evidence, a broken stone carving.
The carving of an elephant pulling a wheel. Why is that so specific?
It's an ancient signature. Lunia immediately identifies it as a clue to a Raksha prototype.
So it confirms Nambiar knew this route.
It confirms he wasn't just escaping through a random tunnel. He was on a path he, the creator, understood intimately. And narratively, it uses this deep historical detail elephants in ancient engineering to make this fictional threat feel so much older, so much more rooted in the place itself.
Then Lunia finally catches up to him. Nambiar's at this huge carved iron door.
Frantically trying to open it. And this is the big reveal, the motive. Nambiar just screams it at him. I didn't hide it, Lunia. I created it.
Wow.
The Raksha was his obsession. It wasn't about money. It was about legacy, controlling water, and with it, power, all through fear.
The classic builder as destroyer trope.
A very powerful one. And that confession happens just as they get through the door. They're in this small circular chamber, and the floor is dominated by a stone block carved with a map.
Not just any map.
No, it's the blueprint for all the ancient water systems under Jaipur. This isn't just a room, it's the master control node.
But the agent is right behind them. Time is running out.
So Lunia makes a snap decision. He realizes the manuscript he's carrying isn't just a diagram, it's a physical key. He presses it onto the carved map.
And?
A golden light glows, the stone block groans and rotates, and reveals this black staircase just plunging down into darkness.
Into the abyss.
Exactly.
Huh.
Lunia grabs Nambiar as a hostage, fires a shot near the doorway to make the agent pause, and they start their descent, slamming the block shut behind them. So if we connect this to the bigger picture now, Lunia has the one man who understands the system, but they're descending hundreds of feet into what the source calls the chamber of control.
And the description of this place is incredible.
It's meant to convey power, vast, circular, lined with massive sandstone blocks, and in the center, a dais with this huge, dark iron machinery, the master regulator for all of Jaipur's water.
And Nambiar, of course, has one more confession.
One last critical piece of intel. He says the manuscript Lunia used was only the startup key.
Only part of the puzzle.
Right. He needed the core parameters, complex coordinates that Three Bells had. Nambiar's final betrayal was that he was planning to activate the system himself, cutting them out.
So it's a split key defense. One person has the method, the other has the location.
Precisely. But the operative, she is not giving up. Lunia's shot only bought him a few moments. She finds another way in.
That clanking sound they hear.
That rhythmic, growing clanking. She's not coming down the stairs. She's coming through one of the massive outflow channels, the ancient maintenance tunnels.
So the environment itself is turning on him. He's trapped in the heart of the machine.
He's trapped. And the enemy is using the very system he's trying to control to get to him. He desperately needs a weak point.
And Nambiar gives it to him.
Facing his own mortality, yes. He points out the central gear assembly's most critical component, the brass governor.
A brass governor. That's very specific.
It is. The authors use that mechanical detail to signal a precise, exploitable vulnerability. Lunia immediately ties Nambiar to the iron control wheel, literally making him part of the machine, and then climbs up to hide on a thick iron axle right above the channel.
The tension here is just, you can feel it. The clanking stops. The agent enters the chamber.
Moving like a shadow, the text says. She passes directly under Lunia's hiding spot. She's heading for the central dais, for the master regulator.
And Lunia has to make his move.
It's a decisive one. And you have to analyze the trade-off he makes. First, he drops a heavy monkey wrench as a distraction.
A loud clang to draw her attention.
But the real move is him dropping down onto the brass governor. And then he smashes the manuscript stone key onto the mechanism.
He sacrifices the key.
He sacrifices the key. He destroys the primary activation component. But in doing so, he seizes mechanical control of the machine right now in this moment.
And the consequences are out.
Deafening, according to the text, a massive grinding roar as the iron mechanisms come to life. The main sluice gate opens, not normally, but building up this immense, uncontrolled pressure.
And then that thumb P sound.
That low, bone-shaking thump. It's a heavy circular stone panel near the dais being violently ejected upwards by the pressure. A hydraulic release.
So what does that mean? What has he just done?
Analytically, he's used the weapon's own power source to blow open a new exit. The hydraulic release reveals a clean, vertical shaft leading somewhere else.
Another unknown sector.
Exactly. He uses an iron gear handle to stun the operative, forces Nambiar into the shaft, and then slams the stone cover shut. He's alive. Nambiar's with him.
But he also activated the machine to escape. He sacrificed the ability to turn it off.
What a trade-off, right? He exposed the threat, he disabled the initial activation method, and he escaped with the one man who